Contented and very happy this morning, so I'm not going to tell you about the punishments, because believe me, you wouldn't want to know. But to use one of the favourite sayings from the Monty Python series, in old Edinburgh, if they hanged you, you were lucky. Yeah? Because you didn't want them to get hold of you to punish you on the other side of that church. It was horrific what they did to people. And quite strange, you know, when you read about it, because we're not talking about mass murderers now. We're talking about maybe people stealing food because they were starving or something. So it wasn't a good place to be all those hundreds of years ago if you were at the bottom of the social strata. It was a very dangerous place to be, very cruel place to be. And there's quite a lot of Scottish songs that refer to the Tron Church. We're going to go to the left, which is the South Bridge. The North Bridge is on the right-hand side, and the North Bridge was built specially to connect the old town, where we are now, with the new town where we've come from. The rather grander church that you see further up this street is St Giles. And St Giles is still called St Giles Cathedral to this day, though strictly speaking that's not correct. Its correct name should be the High Kirk of St Giles, because it's a Church of Scotland, and the Church of Scotland don't have cathedrals or bishops. But of course it was a cathedral when Scotland was predominantly, almost exclusively a Catholic country. Yeah. That's where John Knox used to give his very fiery sermons. John Knox was the main preacher. Interesting contrast going on there. Knox was 58, Mary Queen of Scots was 18. Mary was Catholic. Knox was part of the new religious order, of course. And needless to say, the gender difference as well. If I was to tell you Knox wrote a very famous pamphlet called The Monstrous Regiment of Women, it would give you an indication what he thought about women and what he thought about powerful women in particular. Was he misogynist, John Knox? Probably, yes. Well, most definitely. What I've learned since I became my background isn't in history, but what I've learned since I've become a guide is that history's not black and white. So John Knox was undoubtedly a misogynist, but he's also very important to Scottish education, because he was one of the people who said they should... oh, this is interesting. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not driving the bus. Looks like an exercise, doesn't it? Looks like a driving exercise. So this is the South Bridge, but John Knox said there should be basic literacy and numeracy in every parish in Scotland. And Scotland became way ahead of the game as far as education was concerned. Anybody from Ireland, look on each side of the bus. Down below now, see how high we are? That used to be called Little Ireland. Down there, your Little Ireland, that's where all the Irish immigrants came to stay. On the right-hand side here is the Old College of Edinburgh University. Right in front of the bus on the left is the Spoon Cafe, the original cafe where J.K. Rowling wrote the very first chapters of the Harry Potter novels. On the right-hand side, Guthrie Street, the birthplace of Sir Walter Scott in 1772. Ivanhoe, Rob Roy, and probably his greatest novel, Heart of Midlothian. Does anybody want the next stop, stop number 7, for the wonderful National Museum of Scotland? This is a must-see museum. It's free.
Yes, please.
And it's fabulous. This stop, please, Mario. This stop, please, number 7. Just remain seated, folks, until we get there. Got some great cafes in here. Dolly the Sheep's in there. You've all heard of Dolly the Sheep. She's not walking around, of course. It's in the cabinet. So this is the National Museum of Scotland, stop number